Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of GNN. Today is June 4th, 2025, and as always, we have another banner night on our hands here. But before we get to the details of our brand new mobile suit, let's go for some news. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we got some things to go over, as you might have already been aware, but for those that have not been aware, we do have a material enhancement campaign ongoing right now, which means we do have a special supply drop going on, one chance every day for the current lineup. I feel like this might be a little wasted, but pull at your own risk, because there's always that small chance. We do also have a higher chance for the recon team for recon containers for your dailies. That now has been increased to 25%, and a maximum 2 containers can be discovered daily if you do not have your medals already. So if you're just starting out, you can get 2 containers on top of that. Well, just the 2 containers, sorry. Extra container will be on top of every medal that you have, so bronze, silver, gold, and then the platinum premium award medal, and it'll be updated daily at 5 a.m. JST. And if you have a penalty, yeah, you don't get any containers. On top of that, the base rewards campaigns for XP, DP, and clan points are now tripled. So that is ongoing right now with a special limited mission for camos, DP, 2 and 3 star mechanic tickets, as well as the toolboxes to unlock those tuning specs. So definitely, if you haven't already been grinding it, definitely do so. As of course, we do have GBO days every Thursday, Sunday, Japanese time. Technically it's Wednesday. So special 4-day campaign every month for new and returning pilots. So basically it's a free pool. So yes, we love our free stuff. So on to our main event, which we knew was already coming. It was inevitable, but we have the F90II-I type. I'm not sure what that designation is. I only recently got invested into the F90 kits there. And as I struggle to Google this is a Intercept Type. Thank you, Google. We also have a guaranteed step-up supply drop for this, so chances are your first step is half off. So if you feel like this is worthwhile and you're enjoying 750, well, I would be very careful, considering that as cool as this is, we are 1 month away from anniversary. Technically, we're pretty much on the cusp of anniversary, so I might skip out on this, but I would be inclined not to try to check this out, because kit-wise it's cool, but we'll go from there. We do have a limited supply drop notice for the Kshatriya Repaired, so if you happen to miss out on this, this is your chance to add that to your collection. I think it's a general type, if I'm not mistaken. This is a 700 cost 4-star, yes. And as a 10 pull bonus, they're going to give away 50 mechanic tickets for that as well. So yes, again, like I said before, as with the F90-II, we are on the cusp of anniversary. Pull at your own risk if you have been saving. Also, I'm surprised the F90-II is a 3-star, but then again, so is the S-type as well for the F90 support. We also have a revival event, so we have a guaranteed step-up supply drop for this, so it looks like a multi-step, if I'm not mistaken as well, half off for it. And it's coming with the custom high-grade propellant as well. I didn't get this one, but that's okay, you know. Money does not grow on trees, so again, it's up to you guys. We do have some changes to the DP exchange counter though. The Superior Gundam, level 1, level 2, I believe 600 and 650 respectively, are now in the DP store, including the level 4 Sutrum Diaz, or the, as some of us call it in the Gundam community, the New Zealand Rick Diaz, which really it stands for Neo Zeo, but gotta poke fun a little bit here and there, right? As well as the level 4 Reg Z. This is a, I believe, native 550, so 660, 700 cost. It's now there. I know some of you guys might be a little anxious to try it. Well, here it is. It does not look like we have any changes to the recycle ticket counter right now, and we do have a new updated situational battle for this weekend. It's called Sibling Battle. I don't know who comes up with these titles, but find out because, oh, Sibling Machine. So this is a ZZ themed battle between don't quote me on my pronunciation, but yes, both of their Cubelays. We have the Gaz-R Gundam Unit 5 BST GBO4 Equivalent Mark II Raid and the Despada versus the Gaz-L Gundam Unit 4 BST Berbera Tetra Cubelay Mark II and Siscreed. Oh, okay, so basically opposites. Or sibling machines. A sibling machine themed thing. I thought this was a Neo Xeon or Zeta, Double Zeta. Okay, I'm wrong. It looks like the Cubelay Mark II will be equipped with the skill Pursuit Melee Aux program, and the body color will be changed red for the Raid. And then the Cubelay Mark II will be equipped with the skill. Yeah, so basically the same thing. So both Cubelay Mark IIs are going to be the Raid, but they'll be colored respectively as their Double Zeta appearances. So first week, if you missed out, this is your chance to get the Despada, which is a General Type 550 native. And then the following week after that will be for the Siscreed, which is a 550 Sport, which I know some people swear by still. So if you missed out on those campaigns there, this is your chance to get it for free. You know, something to add to your hangar. On the clan match side of things, I believe this is still for the Gelgoog Lancer, which is pretty neat. It is a big target though, so kind of unfortunate. So this weekend, the 7th, gonna be 400 cost ace match on City Ruins, a 5v5 match. Following that will be a evening match on the 14th. It'll be 500 cost simple battle 4v4 on Arctic base. So it's definitely going to be very interesting, considering that we're back onto the simple battle scheduling for evening matches now. Although they might throw a curveball for the next set of weeks, because after that we have Shuffle Target on the week of the 21st in space 5v5 at 700 cost. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting, but I would say if your clan is still trying to gun for this, I would definitely try to get it while it's still up, because I don't know how much longer this will be. But this is for the top 100 placement, and apparently for the early acquisition, we will get a gorilla emblem. This could definitely be interpreted in various ways, so I'm gonna leave it at that. So without further ado, let's get into our main event here, which is the F90II Intercept Type. As expected, since it's the revised refit version of the F90, this is actually not surprising that it's a 750 suit, but it's a Raid nonetheless. Usable in ground and space, is equipped with a Intercept Type mission pack, primarily used for intercepting and pursuing enemy units. Although the second unit of the F90 was recovered with 60% of its structure missing, core components such as the generator and main computer were still intact, so it was restored by the Strategic Naval Research Institute, or SNRI. Missing parts were reconstructed using the F90 for reference, once again making it compatible with mission packs. And based on feedback gleaned from the completed basic design of the F91, its control computer was replaced by a new biocomputer. So as a result, the F90-II Dash was born as machine, surpassing the overall performance of the first 90. Tailored to its mission threat objectives, this unit is equipped with thrust enhancement units on both legs and a flight shield with sublight system capable of independent flight. High field count allows it to form a large diameter lance shaped beam saber, which doubles as a beam firing weapon. What? And yes, I said ground and space. So yeah, this is well, it's here. It has a special skill called Flight Shield Attack. By selecting this supported weapon equipped, then moving forward with high-speed movement for a set period, putting your unit into... Hold on. By selecting this with a supported weapon equipped, then moving forward with high-speed movement for a set period. Okay, so it's basically like a ram mechanic. While this position, mobility increases and staggering due to cumulative damage from range fire is reduced. So chances are this is going to have at least maneuver armor 3 or 4, because I know the new FF and the Stein are very similar in that capacity. I think new FF3 has 3, Stein has 4. This is going to be in that same ballpark range. So with the skill, you basically have maneuver armor 5 or 6, maybe, give or take, depending on whatever it comes with, because we have not looked at the meat yet. Thruster consumption during high-speed movement is reduced, and stagger damage is dealt to all enemies collided with. Oh, colliding with enemies in mid-air will blow them back and increase damage dealt. In the F90-I type, the target weapon is the sub-weapon Beam Lancer Collision. I would say kit-wise, this looks cool, but mechanic-wise, I don't know if I like this or not, especially on the receiving end. Melee weapon is a piercing beam blade in the shape of a lancer, compatible with aerial melee system, and flight shield attack skills cannot be used while the BL is overheating as its primary ranged weapon. Oh, beam lancer, I'm guessing. And if you're doing 10 pulls, you do get the Federation normal suit. I'm guessing for F91, or they started changing it to the F90 series type of stuff. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Somehow I'm seeing the Jamru level 3, level 4, and the Sniper Custom 4 being added. But yeah, it's some neat stuff. We'll have to look into the specs shortly. So come on around. Let's go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Unfortunately, this is future me saying that we tried the discount and we are officially no-go. But what we can do is give you some type of insight for those that are checking it out, because we got some basic stats that you can actually check out on your own through the database, through your Haro menu. But going down the line, as we mentioned before, this is a 750 raid, and right off the bat, considering the F90 line, this is probably the best looking one, excuse me, as I struggle with my vocabulary here. Right off the bat, as I can see, going down the line of things, we have 23k HP, a good hefty amount of beam resistance already to work with at 35, and melee resistance at 27. So, as with most suits, there might be some lack of attention to the ballistic side, so I feel like that might be a weakness for any supports, possibly. Well, not necessarily supports, sorry. It's any shooty type of generals out there can be a problem. As of course, with most raids, this one is also falling under the melee side of things with a high melee strength of 55 with a little bit of range power, not much, but enough to kind of keep things interesting. Walking speed of 135, high speed movement of 230 with a generous thruster gauge of 80 and a turning speed of 72, which is pretty decent. Very decent for the course. In comparison to the Mars Xeon type, it's actually a lot faster, but does not have the kit flexibility that the Intercept has. Going into the custom parts loadout here, we do have a lot more emphasis on close and medium range with a little bit of long, so I know some people are going to get really creative with the resistances and some of the other stuff. Maybe some other parts that might help with the kit doing its job. So going into the lovely weapons here, we have the Beam Lancer beam rifle configuration as your primary to 3200 power. It's a heat-based weapon, ironically enough. 70% heat rate, effective range of 350 meters, 4-second cooldown time between shots, 12-second overheat, and a 2-second focus time. Now this one discharges beams in the form of long blades. It will stun on hit, while focus will have piercing. some enemy beam resistance is nullified as well, I'm assuming during focus mode. So that's gonna be a pain in the butt to deal with. It says some, but I don't know what the percentage is. Pretty sure the Japanese player base will be hard at work to break this conundrum here. But that's pretty scary. We do have a beam saber for this particular Intercept Type F90. Base pace of 2800, 2-second swings with a 1-second charge, so chances are this has a heavy attack as well. Yes. Alright, going into the sub-weapon category, we have its head Vulcans at 100 power, 60 rounds in the mag, 200 meters, and an 8-second reload time, which is actually pretty nice. Unfortunately, we can't test it out how fast it is, but I would say rate of fire and the amount of times to stun, it's pretty standard. Alright, now the collision configuration for the Beam Lancer, this one, it almost looks like it's a secondary melee, probably like a thrust, similar to our previous 4-star that just came out, the full armored ground Zeta Gundam. Although I have not seen the animation yet, or the trailer for it. I would assume, since it's supposed to be a lance, it's going to be very similar to that, or even like the Gelgoog Lancer, dare I may say. But 3300 power, 3-second cooldown time. It is a piercing beam blade in the shape of a lancer, compatible with aerial melee system and flight shield that we talked about. And if the beam rifle is overheating, cannot be used. So a lot of people are going to have fun trying to juggle the beam rifle and everything else. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We also have a machine cannon on the shield. I think the shield is from another regular F90 kit. I know somebody that's out there that's probably collecting the A to Z stuff can probably tell me, or it might be something unique to the Intercept type, but wow. Base power 150 times 2, 60 rounds, and a effective range of 350, which is actually not bad for, especially if you want to midline with this. 13 seconds, excuse me, to reload, and obviously it has ASL as well. That's pretty cool. Alright, going into the shopping list of skills. This has ground and space compatibility too. This is gonna be nasty. Assault booster, level 3, so affects jump charge time and jump speed. Man, and affects the reaction. Wow, yeah. Double roll, flight control 4, so reduces air movement by 55 for thruster use, and reduces thruster use by 50% while boosting in the air too. So yeah, pretty nasty stuff already. Glide 3, anti-blast, not surprised. This has melee composite system, so it's a combination of different things with damage reduced during combo attacks. Yeah, so very similar to a lot of different combinations. I forgot what the combination is. Please let me know what that is. I know it's like a combination of different skills, because we would have a super long list. This would be basically a 4-star at this point. And back level 2, offense system. So yeah, it's gonna be a pain in the butt. Maneuver armor 4, so this is pretty much on the same level as the Stein, like we were talking about earlier. So basically diminishes reactions when hit, range attack, shield destroyed, reduces stagger when hit consecutively, damage taken reduced by 30%. So yeah, this is going to be a pain in the butt to down, it looks like. I would say probably be like Johnny, take sweep the leg. Force Ejector 3 already, aerialness, melee system, which basically any melee attacks executed while the skill is activated increase in power by 30%. That's nuts. Heavy attack, as we specified earlier, flat booster 2, and it has buffers on its arms at level 3, so not quite shield per se. Actually, yeah, this is the shield basically, so it's got a buffer. So pretty interesting, considering they're starting to experiment with suits that actually ignore buffers. Looking at you, Psycho Gundam, prototype Psycho Gundam. And then flight shield attack, which is what we were talking about with that ram mode. I want to say it's very similar to yeah. Holy crap. So That is pretty neat and scary at the same time. I don't know what to tell you guys. Yeah, you can actually check this out yourselves on the database under item data, and it goes from mobile suits, weapons, parts, you name it. Even if you don't have it, you can still look it up and educate yourselves, which I recommend. Alright folks, with that said, that concludes tonight's update. Yes, this is not the suit, but it's still part of that family, the F90II Intercept Type. Let me know what you guys think. It's, yes, it's another raid, and, well, I know it's not everybody's favorite, but let me know if you guys are going to pull for it, if you fight it, all sorts of different stuff. I'm very curious to see what the general reception is. I keep asking, but never really get any answers about it, and I want to kind of change that. Whether you're part of the Western player base, or if you're native in Japan or elsewhere, I don't care. All I do care about is how good is the suit, and all I can tell you right now is if you're playing 750, well, you probably don't want to play any support types right now because of how chaotic it is for 1, 2, well, that suit just ruined the whole thing. But like I said, that's it for tonight. I will see you guys all on the next video thing. Good night.